Hello everyone, it's David, and I'm going to go over a shooting breakdown. I personally want to remind everyone that I am not a law enforcement officer by any means of the word. However, I do like to go over law enforcement videos, especially on YouTube. This clip that we're going to be breaking down today has received a lot of attention because it has been released recently, and I ended up taking the clip from the YouTube channel Police Activity. Not only that, but Donut Operator has already done his review, so I'm going to go ahead and get into mine. Let's take a moment to read the initial report. On August 23rd of 2019, West Valley Police responded to a call of an intoxicated boyfriend, Chad Michael Breinholt, was being disorderly in the workplace. There was a letter taken to the station to be processed where he voluntarily confessed that he had a gun in his shoe. So what I'm familiar with in law enforcement is that if a patrol officer is going to arrest a subject for any number of reasons and put them in the back of their patrol car to take with them over to the department, is that they have to do a search, a full-on search, not just a pat down. I'm talking, hey, listen, I'm going to do a search. Do you have anything that's going to poke me, stick me, stab me, or do you have anything that's going to threaten my life while I transport you back to the station? So basically what the officer is looking for is any type of contraband. What that includes is any type of illicit drugs, any type of needles or knives, or even firearms. Anything that would be dangerous to bring back to the station. As you can probably tell, this would prove to be a very fatal rookie mistake, but fortunately for the officer, he had no issues with Mr. Breinholt and ended up taking him back to the station without any problems. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the video so that we can get started on this breakdown.
Sit down.
Sit down.
There's a gun in my shoe. Okay, sit down.
There's a gun in my shoe.
Okay, sit down.
Alright.
I'll get the gun out. You sit down.
Just because a person is handcuffed does not mean that he can't be a threat to you. Obviously, we heard him say that he has some type of gun in his shoe and that the patrol officers had not proceeded to search his shoe immediately. I'm just wondering if this is department policy, because if it is, man, it needs changing right now.
Stay down. Okay. Stay seated. Alright? You don't want to fight with me. You definitely don't want to fight with this guy.
This is a particularly serious incident that's about to happen. So basically what Mr. Breinholt is doing is he is sizing up the situation. He is eyeballing the patrol officer's handgun, then he diverts his attention up to the patrol officer, then over to his assistant officer. This personally makes me nervous because it seems like he's about to get ready to make his move.
Just sit your ass and stay. Okay?
You're not letting me go.
No, we're not letting you go.
For what?
We told you it'll still be a few minutes before you can go anywhere.
Before what?
Before we go to jail.
Here's the deal. I know that he's already handcuffed and put in the chair, but I still feel a little bit nervous and uncomfortable about him squirming around. This is probably a good indication that he's going for his gun. I know that the video camera does not actually capture that, but it's at this point that the officer makes the decision to go ahead and remove the gun from his shoe.
Tell you what, give me your shoe.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not giving you my shoe. Give me my shoe. I got it.
Okay, fuck, he's got my gun! He's got my gun!
You're back there, my friend!
Let go! Let go! Fuck!
What happened here was as the officers were focused on his gun, he was already one step ahead mentally. What happened is everybody knows that he's handcuffed to the back, so he's exactly like this. But the deal is you can still have mobility around the waist exactly like this. What he ended up doing was, as they were focused on his handgun, he contorted his wrists over to the side to be able to grab the officer's gun and draw it. I really hope nobody comes out of left field and says that they shot him while he was defenseless. The funny thing is, people who are handcuffed are not always defenseless. Now you see me. Now you don't.
I got it.
Okay, fuck! He's got my gun! He's got my gun!
You're back there, my friend!
Let go! Let go! Fuck!
Don't grab the gun!
Valley 421, shots fired. Shots fired, shots fired.
So right there, all the officer's course of action was to subdue the armed subject, make sure that they get the gun separated from the person. You did hear the shot go off. Fortunately enough, no officers were injured, but Mr. Brian Holt was killed. Going back to the official investigation report, you can see that Chief of Police Colleen Jacobs clearly said that it is my understanding in watching the video that when it was all said and done, the officers had their firearms in their holsters, including the one who fired the shot. I'm no expert investigator, but I really do think a lot about the things that I see. One of the big deals is that before a department can release any type of information to the media, it must first be able to have the facts in hand to be able to present that information. Otherwise, it would be deceiving the public to share that information. See, what I'm thinking is that one of the officers maybe came clean to the Chief of Police explaining that they in fact shot their firearm at Mr. Brian Holt, or they probably did another investigation, got the serial number of the firearm that was fired, traced it back to the officer to see if that officer did in fact fire their firearm. I'm going to leave it to any criminal justice people out here on YouTube. Tell me if whether or not my observation was subjective or very logical. Other than that, I want to hear what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a message down in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Later.